Runaway robot. Hi, and welcome to us making more characters for our show. It's gonna be a lot of fun. This is NoDiceMike. We just met today. It's great, and he'll be joining us on the suggestion of Dungeon Dame, and I couldn't be more excited about having him here. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you come from, where you going, and
I am a cartoonist. And starting to try to do that more full-time, I guess. Doing it on Twitch. And yeah, just kind of still figuring stuff out with that. But yeah, I've always been into drawing and doing cartoons and stuff, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. Hoping to continue on that path.
If we want to go peep your cartoons, just real quick, we'll do like a whole shout-out thing at the end, but if we want to go peep them, chat, if you want to go peep them right now, where would you go?
You would go to patreon.com/NoDiceMike.
There you go. So you should probably go over there at some point in time and check it out, because I'm going to have to do that too. Yeah, because I like cartoons, so that's going to be, that's kind of the interest there. So we're going to do a little bit of character building. Do you have ideas on the top of your head here?
I do.
About what you want to do.
I went through the player's handbook, and I've got like little post-it notes sticking out the side there, showing pages of things that were interesting to me that I thought that I would want to put into my character, or at least just kind of basic building block setup stuff.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna boost your audio just a little bit. Thank you, chat, for that. And awesome, sounds good. So let's pull up your character sheet then here in Roll20. We're gonna edit the sheet directly, and because doing Character Mancer is actually relatively annoying. And let's do the first things first, right? What are you? Let's put that in there. So we can go ahead and put a class in and a race in up there at the top.
Alright, I was thinking of being a half-elf ranger. It's something that
I think
before that I wanted
that's
to
perfect.
Resurrect.
Cool. All right. Yeah, let's do that. So to get you familiarized with your own character sheet here, at the very top, there's one that says class. It just says choose. Click choose. It'll open up a little drop-down menu, and it'll let you pick on one right there.
I am not seeing my character sheet.
Okay. So did you click over to the journal? And there should be
I got the journal,
a sheet.
And I clicked on, it said characters, NoDiceMike. I clicked on that, and there's nothing on my end here.
Okay, so at the top, or does it say bio and info, character sheet, and attributes and abilities, or is it just blank?
It's just blank.
Yikes. Okay, let's do this. Let me see this real quick. Let me make sure you've got. All right, I'm gonna remove it from your journal, and I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna save that, and then I'm gonna put it back in your journal.
Unless I'm just
let you edit and control.
Could very well be. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's possible. Close it out and then bring it back up again, and let's see if we can fix it.
Okay, so content, journal, characters, NoDiceMike, nothing.
So when you click on it, what happens?
It brings up a page that says Dragon Heist Journal, and then there's a thing, Dragon Heist Journal, characters, NoDiceMike, and then it says NoDiceMike, and then there's a blank page.
There's nothing on it?
Just, there's the footer to the website, but that's about it.
The footer to the website? I'm so confused. I've never heard of this. I don't know how to make this work off the top of my head. So you're in the journal, and there's a sheet, and it says NoDiceMike, and you click that, and it opens nothing? Like, it just opens into blank?
Like, okay, I'm on Roll20, and I'm at Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Dragon Heist, it says launch game, content, leave game.
Oh, you're going to want to launch the game.
Oh!
Yeah, you're gonna want to be in the game first. Yes, absolutely.
I thought I was already in there. There we go.
Okay, let's do that first. I was like, here I am thinking you're like on a screen with me. Do you see like the title splash now and like the whole map thing and all that jazz? All right, here we go. I was so worried. I was like, I've never heard of this problem in my entire life.
I'm the old man here trying to figure out how to work the computer.
It's all good. It's really funny. Okay, So you see the whole thing here, and you know what? I'll minimize this so I can show chat just in case they haven't seen this before. Hey, look, it's Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Look at all this beautiful artwork and stuff. Very neat. On the top right, you'll see a little speech bubble, and you'll see like what looks like a newspaper, right? So you should default to little speech bubble. That's the chat. That's where you do all the rolling. It's where all your abilities show up. All of that stuff. What you're gonna want to do is click Journal, which is the one should be next to it.
That's the newspaper guy?
That's the newspaper guy.
Okay, PC Sheets, NoDiceMike.
That's you.
That's me. Click on that.
And when you click on that, what happens?
Aha! There's like a character sheet that I remember looking at.
Yay! Perfect. All right. So at the very top of that, where it says Class and Choose, that's the drop down I'm talking about.
There we go. Okay.
We did it. We did it, chat. Clap. We're great at this.
Old man figuring out technology hype.
Hey, you know what? It's this. The whole thing is so like beginner friendly. I'm super excited about just like everything's gonna be great. It's gonna be so much fun. Yep, half elf ranger. So it'll auto populate your strength and your dexterity saving throws there. It'll also auto populate your hit dice. So if you click back over into like the chat bar, right, and you go back over to the chat, I just want to I want to show you like what it looks like when you click into it. Click the word hit dice down there, it's in the center under initiative, and you go all the way down. It says hit dice. So there you go. It rolled your hit dice for you, and it does the thing automatically. It'll do that with everything: your strength, dex, saves, all your skills. You'll just click the word, and it'll just pop it right in there. So yep. So it's auto rolling right now with quote unquote advantage. I'll fix all of your character sheets to just roll once, and then at the top it'll. You know what? I can show you right now in chat. I don't know if you guys have seen this. So this will be advantage toggle. So you see at the top now where it says advantage, normal, disadvantage. Now it'll just roll one. And then if I say, okay, you have advantage, toggle advantage, all that jazz. So the second part here, the most fun part here, let's roll for stats, shall we?
Yay.
So this is where we get into like how we roll things here. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna do /R or /roll in the little chat box down at the bottom.
All right.
And then you're gonna go space, and you're gonna put the number 4, D, the number 6, and then D again, and 1.
D1.
Yep. So that will roll 4 D6s and drop the lowest.
Okay.
And there you go. No, okay. Without spaces in between
Dang it.
the bits. It's okay. Stella did the exact same thing yesterday, and I totally should have said something like that.
4 D6 D1.
Yep, all is one string.
All right. Roll space. 4 D6 D1. Go. Hey.
9. All right. So our first number is a 9. Feels good. So what you're gonna do now to re-roll something that you just rolled, you can hit up on your directional pad, and it'll automatically populate that same roll. We got a 9 here, a 9 here. Oh no. This is getting interesting.
Yes.
This is
Give
getting
me all
interesting.
The high numbers.
Here we go. 14. Okay. We're coming back, chat. We're coming back. Okay. 16. That's significantly better.
How many do I do this for? 6?
6. Yeah, you got 2 more.
Okay. 1 and 2.
12.
12 and 9.
And another 9. Holy F.
Strong boy.
Yeah, we'll see how this pans out. Honestly, these aren't terrible, and 9s are almost average, so I don't hate it. And that 16 looks really good. So we'll play around with these numbers. If it looks really terrible, I might have you re-roll one of those 9s.
Right.
But like the 14 and the 16 look really good, so we'll sit on it for right now. So I don't know if you've got your character, you've got your book with you. What I use during these shows is I have a tools website that I use, 5e Tools, just because it makes it easy to like copy and paste things into this sheet just in case you want to do that. Right. But other than that, let's take a look at, you have all of these things now. Let's populate your stats, right? Your strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma with what you just rolled here. So chat, I'm just bringing up all the class options here and the races so we can get the half-elf race correctly. Did you have a particular descent, like moon elf, wood elf, sun, aquatic, drow?
That
All of
I
these
did
are
not
relevant.
Take into consideration.
Okay. So their bonuses are always charisma +2, and then any other 2 are +1. The differences being like stuff about them in general, and what languages they speak, and some of their stuff, and some of them have variants too. So did you want to like kind of go traditional with it, or what did you want to do? Because you're a ranger, so I mean you have your prerogative.
Yeah.
But they generally tend to be the wood elves, right?
Yeah, well, let's go with the wood elf thing. Yeah,
All
I
right.
think his family kind of comes from the forest, so
Sure. So any two, choose 2 or variant. So the variant one gives you options for skill versatility. You get proficiency in 2 skills of your choice, or keen senses, which is proficiency in perception, which is weird because if you take skill versatility, you can gain proficiency in perception and a different skill, and that's automatically better. That's silly. Elf weapon training, proficiency with longsword, short bow, longbow, fleet of foot, base walking speed is 35. Or Mask of the Wild, you can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obscured. Or you can just take the standard, which is you just have your charisma +2, choose any other +2. Or, yeah, choose any other 2 +1.
That was a lot of stuff.
I know, it's a lot. Do you have the website? I'm gonna just link this to you real quick. So you can see what I'm looking at. Because it is a lot of stuff. But this is the website I'm using. It's in your Discord DMs.
Alright.
And that should link you directly to the half-elf, wood-elf descent.
Yeah.
Chat question. The variant here, does he automatically get that for being wood-elf? Do we automatically pick one? Oh, that's right. We have a new emote. Heck yeah, look at that. That's super cool. Cozy bot. Look at that.
So
does anyone know?
+2 to charisma, and any other 2 get a +1 if I go with this.
Variant half elf is a DM option. All right, Geek Dice. I appreciate that. I don't hate it, but we may do this regularly, and then we'll see how it goes. We have 2 variant humans already, so whatever.
All right, yeah. Let's go with this, I guess. I can work with it.
All right. So with the half-elf stuff here, let's start putting some numbers in. You're a ranger, so likely dex or strength, depending on if you want to be ranged or you want to be in the thick of it, right? Will be kind of your deciding factor there. Let's do ranger.
Yeah, it says here make dex my highest ability, followed by wisdom.
Yes. Yeah, you can do it that way.
Like I said, I'm still D&D
geek. Thank you.
Even though I played a little bit, I'm still not. I'm not like well seasoned.
Stella, thank you for gifting a sub to the Geek Dice. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's absolutely up to you and how you want to play the game, right? So it's suggesting you do dex, which is more bow focused, but you could use a finesse weapon, right? Like there's options here. So yeah, it's absolutely up to you what you want to like put your max in.
Go with more ranged.
Sure.
Hang back, just kind of fire into the crowd and hope to not hit my friends.
I think most of your friends are going to be back there with you because right now there's a rogue, a spellcaster, and then I think another spellcaster. So it'll be interesting. It'll be really interesting. But yeah, okay. So in your character sheet where it says 10 under dexterity, go ahead and slap that 16 in there.
Yeah, all right.
Might as well, right?
16.
Yep.
So 16 and 14 was for wisdom.
Yep. And see how it auto-populates all your stuff.
That's awesome.
And yep, so now you've got 12 and a bunch of 9s.
Let's see here. Yeah, I will make Let's see here. Maybe this one, 12. And then 9, 9, and 9.
Alrighty. So now, with your half-elf, your charisma is bumped up by 2. You can make that a 14. And then you got 2 that you can just pick to put anywhere. So 2 of those 9s become 10s.
Alright, let's say... Like I said, I'm fine with my guy being kind of dumb, so I'll leave the intelligence at 9. And then charisma goes up to 14, right? Because it's got +2?
Yep.
Alright.
And there you go. Alright, cool. So you're kind of pretty looking, a little dumb, very swift though. So I think that
Just
works
like
out.
me in
That
real
works
life.
out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's go back to the ranger sheet here. Now you get a bunch of proficiencies. Well, you can do your hit points really easily at level 1. Your hit points are you have a 1d10 plus your con modifier, which is 0. So where it says right in the middle, where it says hit point max, it's 10. And right underneath
10.
that, your current hit points are 10. So you're good to go there. And while that's happening, I'm going to be adding some of your proficiencies here because I can do some drag and drop relatively easily. You have light armor proficiency, medium armor proficiency, and shield proficiency. Items, proficiency, shields. There we go. You are proficient in simple weapons.
They need to be simple because I'm not that smart.
And martial weapons.
I can just aim
Either
the
way.
pointy end outwards.
Yeah, pointy end out. Not proficient in any tools, proficient in strength and dex saves. And then you get to choose 3 from this list for your skills. Okay? Animal handling. This is the ranger list.
Oh.
So yeah, okay. If you're using the website that I sent you, at the very top, where the player options dropdown is, click on that.
Right.
Go to classes. Go to ranger.
Go to ranger. All right.
Yep, and we're in that first big block that says ranger.
Why one rogue? No. Okay. Ranger. Ah. Why did it not open a thing like the other one did? Book. That's a better way to do it. I know how to book.
I know how to book. Book is good too. Book is good too.
So where are my proficiencies? Oh no.
It's all right. I mean, I can read them out for you again.
Yeah.
You got animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, and survival.
I'm gonna say animal handling
All right.
and survival.
You get 3.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
What was it? Stealth.
And stealth, perfect. Yeah, a lot of squishy people in the party. Being stealthy is probably a great idea. Cool.
My
You'll
character story, whatever this thing is. I forget what it's called.
background.
That's the. Yeah.
You'll get a couple more proficiencies from your background too, so we may revisit this. Okay, so you have some starting equipment. Do you want scale mail or leather armor?
Leather.
Leather it is. So what I'm doing here, and you can learn this really quickly now and chat if you've ever used Roll20. At the very top right, you click on journal. To the right of that should be an eye.
Yes, an eye.
That's the compendium. You can probably get like almost everything that you want to know. You just type in the words here and it'll pull it up for you, and it exists here in Roll20.
Ooh.
So if you type leather, just put in leather, it's going to bring up a whole bunch of stuff for you to look at.
Yes.
What you want is that leather-studded armor, and you're just going to click and drag it over onto your character sheet, and it just populates it, boosts your AC, calls it a day.
Studded leather armor.
Regular leather.
Oh, regular leather. Whoops.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I can delete that for you. Yep, good to go.
Regular leather.
There you go. So now you can look up at the top. Your armor class is with your dex bonus plus the +1 for your leather armor, and it's sitting there in your equipment box.
Nice.
Easy. All right. You also get 2 short swords or any 2 simple melee weapons. Now, do you want the swords or do you want to go through a list? We can go through a list.
Let's see here. Melee weapon? There we go. List melee weapons.
Yep, any 2 simple melee weapons.
Loading. Let's see here. Let's go with some daggers.
Some daggers? All right. That works. So in the same box, you just type in daggers, and you're going to click and drag those bad boys over. Or dagger, excuse me, not the plural.
I get 2 of them, right?
Yes. So what you're going to do, you just drag the 1, and then where it says 1 on the left, you just make that a 2. And now you have 2 of them. And you see how you dragged it over and dagger auto-populated into your attacks and spellcasting?
Yes. This is awesome.
Yep. It's very convenient. All right. You then get a Dungeoneer's pack or an Explorer's pack.
I'm going to go with Explorer's pack.
Perfect. Same thing. Type in Explorer, drag the pack over. Good to go. If you want to know what's in it, you click on Explorer pack while it's in the compendium, and it'll pop that out for you and show you everything that's in there. Cool. All right. Now you get a longbow and 20 arrows. So you go ahead and do the longbow, and I'll show you how arrows work.
Longbow?
Yep, nice little population there. And then you just type in arrow.
Helps if I spell it correctly.
And then just drag arrows over. And then where it says 1, put in 20. And you see on the right, it just populated you a counter that says 20 arrows.
Okay.
So when you hover over that, you'll see a little up and down button there, and you'll be able to keep track of how many arrows you have.
So are you going to be one of those DMs that actually makes us track all this stuff?
I tend to, yes.
Okay.
I have a penchant for a little bit of realism. I don't get obsessive about it, but it's definitely one of those things that's like, oh yeah, you shot 20 times, like, probably do something about that, right? Like, you should probably get some arrows.
It's not going to be just Hawkeye, just pow, 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 pow.
Yeah, I mean, he ran out too, so it's, you know, he's got to keep track too. Okay, so that covers kind of some of the very beginning stuff there. So now we're in our features and our traits of what you actually are. So at first level, you have your favored enemy. So if you're using the Roll20 one, if you want to pull that up, you type in Ranger. It should pull up the class Ranger. You can click on that bad boy and scroll on down, and we're looking at favored enemy.
Where am I clicking now? What?
In the compendium, right, where you've typed in all the stuff for weapons, type in Ranger.
Okay. Ranger.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to use this rather than the thing I sent you, all of this stuff exists in so many different places. Yep. And so you click on Ranger and scroll down until you see favorite enemy.
All right. Favorite enemy.
Cool. So at first level, you have significant experience studying, tracking, hunting, and even talking to a certain type of enemy. So you need to pick one. Aberration, beast, celestial, construct, dragon, elemental, fey, fiend, giant, monstrosity, oozes, plants, or undead. Or select 2 races of humanoids as favorite enemies.
I think... He's gonna really not like fey.
Really not like fey. Perfect. All right. Well, with fey, you have advantage on wisdom checks to track them, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about fey creatures. You also learn one language of your choice spoken by the favorite enemy, if spoken at all. And you choose one additional one at 6 and 14. So what I want you to do is where it says features and traits on your character sheet, down there at the bottom, it's that big box. Hit the plus sign, and it's going to ask you some questions. Be like, all right, well, you got a feature. What is it? Where is it from? And just enter that in. So it's going to be a class feature, Ranger level 1. And then you're just going to copy and paste this bad boy in there with your, and just like have Faye as your favorite enemy. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go take a look at languages and see what Faye speak.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
An error has occurred. What?
What did you do?
I touched it.
I touched it. Uh-oh. Okay, languages. What do Fae speak? Sylvan. There we go. I should have known that. I'm going to go ahead and do your languages real quick so we don't
I'm going to hit
miss
refresh
that.
on this real quick since something's busted.
Uh-oh. If you ever want to minimize something, you just double-click the top bar, and it'll pop itself down, and it'll move out of the way for you. Just as a heads up. If you ever want to like move your character sheet out of the way or anything like that. All right, so Sylvan, Common, and Elvish, I think.
Oh no!
What did you do?
I refreshed it, I opened up the character page, and now it says error, unable to find character to edit.
Well, that's
That's a problem.
Uh-huh. I wonder what happens when I close this page. Click on Mike. Okay, it still exists on my side. So
Okay.
we're good. It exists. It exists. I'm not sure what to say except try again or refresh again.
Yeah, wow. God.
Yeah, that's odd. That's weird.
Mike broke it. Yep, thanks, Dungeon Dame. Thank you for that. For everything that I do wrong, everything that I break, you can blame Dungeon Dame because she brought me into this. It's all her
Good.
fault.
Good. Just jiggle a cable. Yeah. Just wiggle something. It'll be fine.
Let me just get out of this altogether. Let's launch the game again. See what that does. Maybe that'll work.
Maybe.
It couldn't break it worse.
It couldn't be worse. Oh my gosh. It's
Maybe I
okay.
should take a minute to read this Roll20 tutorial. It keeps shoving in my face.
It's okay.
No, you
I have
really
one of
want
those
to read
too.
this, Mike. You really, yeah. It's not showing up on my end anymore.
Okay.
That is bizarre.
I don't know how. I mean, we can do this by words, and I'll just put it in. It doesn't bother me any. We can
All right.
fix this. Anyways, I added your languages: Sylvan, Common, Elvish. I will go ahead and add your favorite enemy thing here. So this is a favorite enemy. It is source class. This is Ranger level 1. And I'm going to go... And now this is where I would say, hey, you want to see how you can post this in the chat and all that stuff, but I can't do that now. So so we'll have to do that later. Yeah, okay. But yep, favorite enemy is now in there. The next one that you have is Natural Explorer. This is just, there's nothing to choose here. You just have this. You're familiar with, well, I guess you are, because you have to choose a type of terrain. This is favored terrain. Sorry, it's just labeled Natural Explorer.
Oh, aha! Found the character sheet. Woohoo! Fixed it.
All right, good. Do you see favorite enemy down there?
Yes, it's in there.
Perfect. All right, so click the word favorite enemy, and you'll watch it zip itself down. Click it again, it'll open back up. If you click the speech bubble, I'm like, what is that? What's that feature? Pops it up into the chat right there, so I can be like, I see. That's worded weird or something, you know, just whatever it needs to be.
There we go. Okay.
So that's how you do that. So the next one down, we're gonna do Natural Explorer. So let's try this again. Let's see if the plus button breaks the character sheet again, and then we'll see how that goes. So go ahead and hit that plus button.
Okay. Name is.
Yep. This is Natural Explorer.
Natural Explorer.
Yep.
Source is class.
Yep, class, and is still Ranger level 1.
Okay. Did I do that correctly? Ranger level 1. Go.
Looks like, yep. And then, so from your Ranger sheet, just copy and paste over Natural Explorer, and at the top, we'll just put in what your favorite terrain is. So if you have that up, or if you want to pull that back up.
All right, Ranger. Where was it? Natural Explorer. So I just copy all this and paste it in.
Yeah. And we're going to choose one of those top ones there, and basically just that whole entire first sentence will just be whatever your selection is, and then we'll keep the rest of it.
All right. Me. Yes.
Cool. So what would you like your favorite terrain to be? You've got Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp, or the Underdark.
I'm gonna say forest because he's a woods boy.
Sounds good. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do this so we can.
Okay.
It's forest, and then we're just gonna hit enter there. Oh wait, what happened? Oh, it didn't let me change it. So yeah, so when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to the favorite terrain, proficiency bonus is doubled. And then while traveling, and there's a whole bunch of stuff like about traveling there or what you can do or foraging and all that jazz.
Right.
So there you go. So that's Natural Explorer. And that is the last skill that you get at level 1.
Yay!
So there you go. Yeah, good to go there. Let's see. So now we do your background. So let's see. I don't think backgrounds are actually listed in Roll20. I'm gonna look. Oh hey, is it? No way.
See if I type my nope, nothing for that.
Customizing. Backgrounds by name. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to the little tool site there. It doesn't have everything, Roll20. You don't have everything. So in the player options where it's...
out, Roll20.
Yeah, I know, right? In the player options up at the top of that website that I sent you, you can click backgrounds. And then we're gonna pick one of these.
Player options, background.
Yep, and you can pick pretty much any single one of these that you would like to. PHB and SCAG would be the ones that work the best for this.
So do I just drag it into the character sheet? Will that work?
Not from the website, no. So this is we're gonna click on this, and then there's stuff that happens that we look at.
All right. I was thinking my character would be an urchin.
An urchin, okay.
Which also explains, because we were talking about how he gets into Waterdeep. He's always been there.
Okay. So in this case, you gain sleight of hand and stealth. So we can go ahead and mark sleight of hand and unmark stealth. And this means you get to pick, or well, leave stealth, excuse me. You get to pick one more from your ranger sheet. So you can do athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, and that's it.
Investigation.
The other two you've already selected. Investigation it is. You are now proficient in investigation. Okay, back over to Urchin. You now get the tool proficiencies of the disguise kit. I'm going to go look for that, give you the proficiency in that. Do you get one? No, you don't have one. You just have proficiency with it. Okay, so you have proficiency with the disguise kit and thieves' tools. But you do not own them, I assume, because you're poor. Because you're an urchin, I guess. Yeah. You also have a small knife. I'm not sure if that actually pops up in here. Just says small knife. I don't think knife is an option. Ah, a Rakdos right knife. Yeah, that's not that. A map of the city you grew up in. A pet mouse? Do you want a pet mouse?
I'll have a pet mouse.
Okay, you now have a pet mouse.
His name's James. He's my
A token
friend.
to remember your parents by. A set of common clothes. This one I could actually add. And a belt pouch with 10 gold. There you go, 10 gold. You're 10 gold richer now. So that being said,
familiar.
what's up? What was that?
Oh, something in the chat earlier. Never mind.
Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that first line there, and I'm going to drop it into your treasure box, and you can decide what you want that to be. If the map of the city you grew up in is Waterdeep, well, then I have a surprise for you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and drag you over to the Waterdeep map here, and we'll take a look at Waterdeep.
Move this guy out of my way without destroying it.
Yeah. So you can double-click the top, and it'll minimize.
Okay.
Yeah, and it'll put itself in the background there. And yeah, so you'll have this map, essentially. You'll have Waterdeep if you decided that you wanted to grow up here. And you'll know, by being an urchin, you'll know certain things about the city that people that didn't grow up here would know. And that's things that, like, if you're ever like, hey, would I know this by my urchin background? Would I know about this street or this shop or this whatever? And I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's find out how much you know. Roll me a check for it or something, and I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
So that it'll be something
Mike
like that.
Need to, like, research Waterdeep.
No, I mean, if you would like to, absolutely, go for it. But if you don't feel super inclined to, I can tell you some things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know
super
a lot about Waterdeep, so. Oh, I mean, you get out of this what you put in it, like any other Dungeons and Dragons game, right? If you want to put the effort in and you want to know stuff about Waterdeep and you really want to get into the mindset of your character, I wholeheartedly suggest that. You don't want to put that kind of time in, and I get that, because it's a lot to know, and I don't know everything about this yet, but I do have the resources available to me, right? So I can find things for you that you might not be able to. And even if you do, like, learn stuff about Waterdeep and whatever, and you wanna say things, I do a little bit of a thing where, like, in my games, if a character has grown up somewhere or been somewhere for a long time, they help shape it. So if you're like, oh yeah, I know this street. There was an old guy that used to live over here that used to, like, hand out food to the urchin kids or something like that. Congratulations, an old guy now lives over there or did live over there that handed out food and stuff like that. So you can help shape this too. Just because it's established here doesn't mean we don't have influence on it.
Right.
So you can definitely take a hand and be like, yeah, I remember I did this over there. And be like, oh, is that right? And you'd be like, yeah, his name was X and we did whatever. And be like, cool, that exists now. So the beauty of a city like Waterdeep too is that all of this stuff probably exists somewhere there. We can just play with it.
Yeah. Because it's like the big Bane D&D city, right?
It's really big. Yeah, it's definitely one of the larger ones, and it's a large trade city. But it's got a really, like, dark criminal underbelly, but it's got a large magical presence. It's kind of, yeah. It's got it all. It's got it all. Okay, cool. So I think that does that. So back onto your background here. So we're gonna look at your character sheet and your background. You have the City Secrets feature. So you know secret patterns and flow to the cities and can find passages through urban sprawl that others would miss. This is what we were just talking about. Like, you're gonna know the back alleys or the sewer system that gets you places or something like that. When you're not in combat, you and companions can travel between any two locations in the city twice as fast as your normal speed would allow. There you go. You know the back alleys and the back things. So what you're going to add is in your features and traits, put City Secrets in there, copy and paste it over, and then you're good.
City and Secrets, source, background, danger level 1. Where was that? You know the secret place. There we go. Copy and paste, and now it lives in there.
Excellent. Now it lives there. Cool. So the rest of this is characteristics about your character here. So what I did with Bravo and with Stella was we kind of stopped here with the character creation portion, because I like leaving the audience a little bit of something to wonder about, right? And who your character actually is something that they should learn through the show itself and through play, right? So if you want to go through the personality traits and ideals and bonds and flaws, and you want to customize them to whatever you want them to be, I wholeheartedly suggest doing that. If you would rather go line by line through these and like select them off the thing, or roll for it if you want to go random, we can do that on stream if you want. It's up to you.
Let's roll for them.
You want to roll for them?
Let's see what the fates
I love
make
this
my character out to be.
This is my favorite. Okay, we're gonna start up at the top here at personality traits. I'm gonna need you to roll me a D8.
Let me see if I can figure out this.
/R space 1D8.
1D8 and go. 1.
A 1. You hide scraps of food and trinkets away in your pockets.
Just like real life.
Yeah. Pocket cake. I'm just gonna copy and paste that over there, and you can expound on that if you would like, and all that jazz. Ideal. So a 1D6. So you can hit up on the D-pad and then just change that to a 6.
Yeah. Go. 6.
A 6. The opposite ends. Aspiration. You're going to prove you're worthy of a better life. And you know what? That super fits in Waterdeep, man. That super fits in Waterdeep. Holy moly. Everyone's just trying to make a buck. All right. Bond. Same thing. A D6.
Up and go. And 5.
5. You escaped your life of poverty by robbing an important person, and you're wanted for it. Oh.
Whoops.
Oh my. Oh no. Something for me to play with. Haha. And you have a flaw. What is your flaw? Roll me another D6.
That one is people who can't take care of themselves get what they deserve.
There you go. There you go. I guess, yeah, you're a little callous. A little callous having grown up on the streets, but you know what? People, it's understandable, to be honest. Understandable.
I had a problem. I solved it. I robbed someone for it, but
I robbed someone. It's fine. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, now my problem is their problem.
My problem's their problem. Yeah, so that kind of rounds out your character. There you go.
Excellent.
You've done it. You've done it. I'm gonna take this disguise kit. You are proficient, and it is. I've always done disguise kits as charisma. Have you ever done it any differently? And then I've always done.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Anyways, because I always imagine like the theater kid with a disguise kit, and I'm like, they're always very charismatic, right? I don't know. It works for me. Cool. Yeah. So that
box of like foam rubber that I make masks out of.
Yeah. So that's your character. That's the person. So all you need now is a name, and to work with your group and your party members here to figure out how you all came together, and what you might each know about each other and that kind of thing. That being said, we'll take a quick look at this handout called Familiar Faces.
Oh, yes.
Yep, so I'm going to bring that bad boy up, and I'm going to enlarge it here for chat so they can see. So chat, this is an option, and this is something that I've given to both Stella and Bravo after the fact, because I could not find this page, and I had to go get it from elsewhere, because apparently it's not in here, Roll20. I bought this, and it's not in here. Anyways, the option is your players can know someone at the Yawning Portal. The Yawning Portal is a bar. It's a bar with a giant hole in the middle here, and I'm gonna bring that up so chat can see it too. It's kind of small for you, but you see it's got a hole in the middle where adventurers go in and out of like the Underdark essentially on their adventuring ways. So yeah, what your players get to do is pick someone from this list of who they might know. And now, what's beautiful about this whole module is that I have notes on all of these people and what they know already. I don't even have to decide. I know all of what they know already. And so you get to pick one of these people that you would be like, oh, I want to know, like, Bonnie has brought me my drinks here since I was like just of drinking age or whatever, you know, like, and that's your connection there, and you know, you have a rapport with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you want to read through these, or if you want to pick one now, it's up to you. But this is an option for you.
I took a look at it last night, and I think Bonnie and me have a connection.
Awesome. Okay.
That's similar way, and that like as I was a kid growing up around here, she kind of came to know me and kind of maybe took care of me a little bit.
Sure, I love it. For me, on my side of this, if you will put that in your background when you do your thing, and you'd be like, yeah, familiar face Bonnie at the yawning portal, and just be like, yeah, when I was younger, X. And it's just a thing that's there, and we can call it up. You'd be like, yeah, in my background, we did the thing. Because I'm going to forget. I forget all the time. So having those things there to remind me is super helpful.
Where is that on the character sheet?
Oh, yeah, so for your character sheet, because you don't have spells yet, but I'll show you a little bit about it. Because I can manipulate your character sheet. Yeah, you can see it. It's in bio. So if you scroll down a little bit in bio, character backstory's there, and that's where your treasure is at the bottom, where I gave you all your extra stuff. So if you want to, like, name your pet mouse or whatever the heck, you can totally do that.
Bonnie at Yawning Portal. That's my connection. Treasure. Mouse. James.
Aw, I love it. That's
He's
great.
Gonna die quickly.
Mouse James. No, he just hides in your pocket somewhere. I don't needlessly kill your pets. That's so mean. I would never. Shoot,
Well,
fuzzy
maybe
things,
not
come on.
needlessly.
Maybe.
He might just fall
Hey,
into something.
you do have a shadowy figure following you that you happen to have robbed at some point in time, and their powerful figure in Waterdeep. It's a lot of crime lords here, man. There's a lot of crime lords.
I'm just gonna get pieces of James mailed.
Yeah,
back.
oh god, like little mouse toes. Like just like one by one little mouse toes. Oh no. Oh, I feel bad about it already. Oh my. Jeez. Well, that's kind of the whole thing. Do you have any questions?
No, I think we covered most of it, and
I think we did a pretty good job.
I assuming stuff is gonna get figured out as the game goes on, so I don't want to ask too much. I kind of want to discover as everyone else does. That's kind of the fun of D&D, isn't it?
Perfect. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, flesh out your background as much as you want. This game is set up in a way that it's, I mean, you guys are an interesting group, but it shouldn't be overwhelming, especially for the first couple sessions. So I wouldn't worry about not getting invested in your character, I guess is my point. It's very well set up in that way.
That has been a fear in past games. It's like, I'm not going to put too much time into this because he's not longer than an hour.
I have a different game where I do that to my players, okay? Like, this is not that game. This is a game for us to enjoy ourselves, have fun, and put on a show for the audience here. It will get touch and go. I'm not going to say there's not going to be a risk or anything like that, but it is one of those things. Anyways. Cool. So I super duper appreciate that. Do you wanna do a little bit of a shout outs here to tell people where to find you again, and we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. Once again, patreon.com/NoDiceMike. That's where I'm putting up a lot of cartoon work. I'm working on a comic currently that is going to go live hopefully next month. Other than that, I'm NoDiceMike on just about everything: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. If I'm good at anything, it's branding. So if it's NoDiceMike, that's probably where I'm at.
I had like a minor brain gasm when I read that. I was like, oh my god, he's got all the names. That lucky son of a bitch. It's like you've got the brand all the way down. I was so impressed. Oh man. But yeah, cool. Well, I appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah, if you look up NoDiceMike on just about any social media site or anything like that, you'll find me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in today, audience. We're going to take a quick break. I'll be back. Everybody say wave bye to Mike, and we'll be back. Mike, thank you very much. Ask me any questions that you want, and chat, we'll be right back.
Excellent. Thank you.